Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Assassin's Creed Revelations. It's been a slow start, so it's taken me several hours to get back to even playing the second hour of gameplay, and the first hour was certainly not the greatest. It was not a great experience with having to deal with a glitch that required me to uninstall a DLL file. Press right bump to select medicine. Interesting.
Ah, that dulls the pain.
So we're playing as old man Ezio here, and we're trying to, I think, just kind of get to the boss fight. Like, it seems like the general idea would be you don't want to fight every single person in the entire facility. If we could avoid some people, that would be nice.
I see him! Go! Go!
And bodies falling off the edges. We're getting all kinds of things for making bombs, which very possibly won't be a part of anything we do. It's kind of slow. This is interesting. They're showing people shooting at me from the camera angle. That's something different, certainly. Like, we're still very much in a tutorial mode. This is not the main area. I've increased the sensitivity of the controllers, and I feel like that probably worked well
What
for
does
me.
it take to kill you, eh? Why will you not die?
We didn't get a full synchronization, but it doesn't matter.
Don't you ever stop howling.
Wow, the entire character just did not animate in time for the cutscene. I wonder if that's multi-sampling for you.
Well, the old hound still has a bite.
The book you carry, where is it?
Niccolo Polo's journal. This will do you no good. Not now. We have found one of the Masyaf keys already, and are closing in on the rest.
What is in that library is not for you, not for the Templars.
You can have Altair's books, Ezio. We only want guidance. We only want directions. To the location of the Grand Temple.
Grand Temple? Tell me more, now.
So there's supposed to be this other temple.
Requiescat in pace, bastardo.
And you can still see Ezio here doesn't legitimately believe in the rest in peace thing that Altair did. Ezio is much more hardcore, and there we get a Uplay achievement, which no way to turn those off as far as I can tell. Maybe we could turn those off.
It is a remarkable piece of work. Feel the material, hard as steel, but very light.
You really want to be fooling with that thing?
I do. I absolutely do. I have been waiting a long time to get my hands on one of these.
Okay, you're making me nervous, Bill.
So this Bill character.
I don't think I have the right genes to properly wield it.
Oh, but Desmond, you think he does?
I don't recall it being this dark, but maybe that's because Desmond's in a coma right now in the Animus. Bill clearly sounds like the actor who plays Q in Star Trek Next Generation.
You were snooping, wandering outside the Desmond partition. So once the Animus located you, it pulled you back here. It's just following orders. Like a fail-safe program.
16's
Trying to keep your poor head
facial
intact,
animation looks
whether you like it or
pretty
not.
bad here.
What are you doing here exactly?
Desmond looks alright.
Learning.
It's not great looking, but
Waiting.
it's animated well enough.
A lot of waiting.
But 16 barely
I keep
looks
the Animus
human.
distracted as best I can. For you, so you can explore. Otherwise it might hunt you down like a little virus and, delete you.
Well, my guardian angel.
There's no such thing.
Yeah, Thanks.
It's kind of funny that the Assassin's Creed series would say there is no such thing as guardian angels directly, because this series is so willing to embrace every single
Sean, it's me.
potential
What's happening?
Are you at the airport?
Yeah, we're
conspiracy
chartering a jet. Are you
theory
coming?
that guardian angels
Yes,
would totally
yeah,
make
I'll be there
sense.
soon.
Good.
They buried her already.
I heard.
In a little cemetery outside Rome.
So you can
Nice
only
place.
get your knees wet. You can't
God,
get
things got so fucked up so fast.
any further than
Is
that.
Desmond still out?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of brain activity, but the monitoring system shut down. We can't record anything.
Well, keep me posted, okay? I'll see you soon.
So they're making it clear that nobody can see what's happening right now, except for Desmond. Not that that, I think, plays any real part in the story at all. Like, there would be room for something crazy like this. At least we got the flickering to stop happening. This feels like almost a simplistic homage to the Island of Mist. Like several decades earlier, being on an island. And I believe I could go through any of these pillars if I wanted to. Or I can move the story forward. And I think if I go through all the pillars, I might fix that one. Like I might even do something with this. Let's see what this is. Desmond's Journey. Are you sure you want to begin Desmond's Journey Part 1 doubts? No. Desmond's Journey 2 Part 2 training. Part 3 escape. This feels like this is just going back through the flashback. We might as well do it now. I had to walk a little bit further to get in there. Oh, let's do it. Let's see what this does. We've had a slow start, and it launches a different program. Like, every single one of these is a different program, so I have to go look and see if I'm actually recording now, and I'm not. So, as a way of fixing this, I need to change settings on my thing. Capture any full screen application.
The core of the Animus. No simulations, no environments. I can't even feel my own body. Everything's just raw data. So am I still me, or
Let's see if
am I
this
some
is
kind of
working.
computer
Yes, it is. Good. Alright.
program?
More stuff. More debugging necessary. So if I recall correctly, these are kind of like from first-person perspectives, Mirror's Edge-ish style of tutorial modes almost. You would almost assume that the idea here is these are supposed to be things you would have done in the real world, but it's because the story, it seems very much like they were told they could not take Desmond out of the coma for this game at all. And so they can't squeeze in this actually being one of the ancient aliens tutorial places. Activate that. So B instead of A. Like, and you do see.
I was born here. The farm. Yeah, they called it the farm. My parents, 24 couples, some kids, a community. Hidden away.
Living on this community. So,
small houses in the Black Hills. Right. The clear skies, wood smoke, wind, the stink of gasoline, generators running day and night. I remember.
so
We
this
lived
is
simply,
probably good.
almost
to
like
do for
nomads,
Desmond,
so far from everything,
but
ready to
it's
pack up and go at the
not
drop of a hat.
Playing a game.
If we were discovered, if they found us.
Like, this feels like something that should have been given away as a demo,
The farm.
but it wouldn't
Wasn't much of
be
one,
a
was
great
it?
demo for.
Not a proper farm. We grew some food. I don't remember any animals, though. Maybe a few dogs.
Yeah, I don't think you could really do a lot of parkour in this engine. It's slow and sluggish. So we're looking out here, and I don't know if that's modern time or ancient
The
time.
assassins. I was born into it. I didn't choose. It was like a birthright.
There's so much
You are an
DLC in
assassin,
this
they
game
told me.
that
What did that even mean?
I don't even know what the right way to play all the DLC is.
Ever since I was young, they never stopped saying it.
You would think it
You
would be
are an assassin.
all
You are an
content
assassin.
after the
And this
main
is
game,
our creed.
but it really isn't. If you were playing this at
Nothing
the end
is true.
What did that mean? A world without purpose?
nothing is true. If I was to argue, I would argue that nothing is true and everything is permissible is really just a slogan for the creators of this game series. They just say nothing is true, and then,
Everything is permitted.
and then they can do whatever they
Everything
want.
is permitted?
It really is just a nonsense phrase.
They're looking for us, and they will not stop until every one of us is dead.
Yeah,
Just have to wait.
I believed for a while. But I never understood. That's the trouble when you're born into something. Belief without understanding. Everyone was so serious. Scared, too. All that talk of assassins and Templars. The end of the world.
See, that just reset me. So, kind of puzzling-ish. And if this was the only puzzles in the game, and we're not going to have any Subject 16 garbage, which there was a ton of that in the previous Assassin's Creed game, I would take it as an overall win. This is a nice, calming walking section that just you can have to give some backstory, try to explain what has been a really long story and very complicated story.
Live by the creed, Desmond. Empower yourself.
So it says right trigger to small. Okay. So I can just create my own platforms. Interesting.
Every man has his limit, I guess.
Left bump to
I can't remember when I stopped believing. When I stopped caring.
Interesting. This is a slightly awkward setup, but since you kind of have an infinite amount, you can just do this over and over again.
God, it all sounded so stupid. I couldn't hear the word Templar without laughing. And assassin? Forget it.
This is like I have no idea if I'm doing this right or not. Like I could be really screwing up, or I could be heading right to where I'm supposed to be. Of course, once you give a player the ability to just create their own path, it stops being much of a challenge. I'm just like trying to get low enough point where I think I could go. It seems like these bricks will walk through things. Ooh. You gotta be careful though, there is apparently a limit. I've hit the limit. Or I've got something deleted by some other means.
An ancient war, they said. An endless struggle. But I never cared. Who knew it was possible to bore a kid with war stories?
Multiplier emblem acquired. Press X.
I guess I was lonely. Alone in a crowd. If I could have told them that, maybe they would have listened. If only I could go back. If I could tell them I'm sorry.
Like, I feel like we've gone full circle here. I'm not sure if that was intentional or what. Yes, we did go full circle, but we do have this new ability. Alright. I don't suppose it would be super interesting to do all of these in one run. And it just launches me out into the main game again. Like, this is totally noticeable. It's not just because I'm recording or something. It is totally 100% noticeable that you are exiting out, you are seeing your Windows desktop. That's what you would be seeing
Sean,
if I was recording something different.
Are you at the airport?
Yeah, we're chartering a jet. Are you coming?
Yes, yeah. I'll be there soon.
And every time we end up here, we hear more.
They buried her already.
I heard.
In a little cemetery outside Rome. Nice place.
God,
So I
things
assume
got so fucked up so fast.
we will, every
Desmond
time we
still
get
out?
kicked back out, we'll do another one.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of brain activity.
See, I do want to see if maybe, just maybe, on the heads-up control. thought there was a HUD option somewhere here. Apparently it's not being shown right
The
now.
monitoring system shut down. We can't record anything.
I was
Well,
hoping maybe I
posted,
could turn
okay?
off the Uplay pop-ups,
see you
but I'm
soon.
pretty sure you can't. I did do a little bit of research, and Assassin's Creed Unity is the first game on
sister.
Steam
Masyaf is
to
overrun by a battery of
have
Templars.
Steam achievements
motive is
integrated from
clear.
best I can tell.
They desire the secrets locked
And
away
so-
in Altair's library.
While I do want to get up the
Secrets
Black
they
Flag,
believe will lead them to something
I'm
called the Grand
thinking I
Temple.
might skip
Whether
the
or not
games
this is
between
true,
Assassin's
I
Creed
do
4
know
Black
the
Flag
library is real.
and
I have seen its door for
Unity.
myself.
since the story
But none
starts
can
over,
enter.
since
Not
we
without
know
5
those games
keys
aren't
which were
very
sent to
good.
Constantinople with Niccolo
I mean,
Polo
as a video game
almost
critic, I really
300 years
can't
ago.
just pick.
Claudia, I must find these keys.
I can't just pick all the
The
good games and
Templars
play
have
them
already
if I want
located
to.
one.
I could
They
do
do
that,
not know
but
how
it's
difficult
not
it will be
a
to
very
find the
well-rounded
others.
way to be a critic, is
Only
it?
time, skill,
If you only play things you
and a
know
bit
you
of luck
already
will
enjoy. However, I am giving it some thought there. If you told me Origins doesn't use Uplay at all, that would be a major improvement. Those things are glitching here, but this is part of the game, I'm sure. And this is our first area. All of it is done in this story flashback detail way of doing things, so we'll be seeing Ezio writing letters to his sister and other people throughout the whole game.
a magnificent sight.
His graphics don't look that great.
It is a
They
work in
look
progress.
choppy.
No city in Europa has a skyline quite like this.
Well, to be precise, that is
Maybe it
Europa.
fixed it, so.
That is Asia.
Ah. Some borders even the Ottomans cannot move.
Very few. You are Italian by the sound of it, but your outfit is not. Have you been traveling long?
Si, a molto tempo. I left Rome 12 months ago, looking for inspiration. And that search brought me here. When I was a child, my father told me stories about the fall of Constantinople.
You must mean the conquest of Constantinople. I suppose the moral of any story matches the temper of the man telling it.
That we can agree on.
Güzel. Constantinople is a city for all kinds and creeds. Students like me or travelers such as yourself.
So they're
I have
hitting
so
it
much
hard
work to
that this
return
city
to.
is
But it is good to be home.
not under
Work.
Roman control.
When I was your age, my
The
interests
Ottoman Empire.
were mainly salve,
Incredible. I am surprised you got anything done.
as was my mother.
It was a pleasure speaking with you, Bey Effendi. I hope you find something to hold your interest here.
I have faith I will.
Yardım edebilir miyim efendim?
Grazie, dear boy.
A scholar and a gentleman. You are full of surprises.
Very few, my friend. Eksik olmayın.
Hoş geldin kardeşim. Unless the legend is a lie, you are the man I long to meet. Renowned master and mentor.
Story is kind
Ezio
of just
Auditore, the
jumping.
la.
Prego.
Forgive me. I have a hard time remembering that Italian gibberish.
Da Firenze, the city where I was born.
Ah, yes. So, by your custom, I would be Yusuf Kazim da Istanbul. I like that.
Istanbul. Yet another name for this city.
Evet, it's a local favorite. Come, Mentor da Firenze. I will show you around.
So the games up to this point have had mainly European 3D characters walking around. So I imagine what they've done here is they've slightly changed the outfits, and that's about it. Yeah, I've seen people eat apples. I've seen People carry, it was buckets on their heads before. I've seen people carry crates. I've seen beggars. There's a lot of 3D animating going on. I assume, I guess I need to start this quest with him. Let's see. Except, do not wander far from him.
Welcome to Galata district. For centuries, it has
Walk
been a
and
home
talk.
to orphans from Europa and Asia alike. You won't find more diversity anywhere else in the city. And for that reason, assassins make it their home.
If you're
I would
close
like to
enough,
see
you'll
where.
start walking by himself.
The
There we go.
Brotherhood is always
Now I
eager
don't
to
have
meet
to
the
push any
man who
buttons.
put the Borgias
Nice.
out to pasture.
We'll see how well the AI works. No, he just knocked into 2 women.
Does everyone in this city
And a
know I'm here
beggar.
already?
Well,
And it's
your
not
Holy
doing
Land
anything.
tussle with the Templars did
Anything
not
with
go
the camera.
unnoticed.
When I first set out,
Hold B to push
violence was so
people
far
aside.
from my mind. I sought wisdom. The contents of Altair's library.
So we are still
Not
doing
realizing
tutorial.
it has been sealed for 3 centuries.
No, I assumed as much. But I never expected to find Templars guarding it.
Very troubling, no? 5 years ago, Templar influence here was minimal. A small faction with dreams of restoring the Byzantine throne. But they're growing in number, day by day. And with Sultan Bayezid on his way out, they may try something dramatic.
See, the camera just pushed
there no heir
so
to
we
the
could
Ottoman
see
throne?
Not just one,
thief
2 angry
or a
sons.
courier.
It's a familiar
and-
pattern with these royals. When the Sultan
And
coughs,
I'm not supposed to.
the princes draw their swords.
So the camera's really locked in on these guys. I don't like it.
Between the Templars
I would
and the
prefer it
Ottomans,
just to be a
you must stay
cutscene like
busy.
this.
Ezio, I barely have time to polish my blade.
Now, the weapons haven't really changed that much. This is still in Ezio's lifetime, so
Remember, leave some for me, eh?
so because of that, the guns are still going to be pretty large, long rifles.
More Templars! Look sharp! No. Watch. Byzantium is dead!
This is ridiculous.
As are you. The whole city wakens to welcome you, Ezio. First the
Like,
legions,
he
now the
calls
rats.
people to help.
Ottoman soldiers have a special loathing
When
for
that's
these
what
Byzantine
Ezio
thugs. That gives
does.
us some breathing room.
How much?
Just a little. They'll still kill you if you look at them wrong.
I kind of still
they will
prefer
feel bad
to
about it later.
just control it
Touching.
like I am now and
It's
have the
not so
camera
bad,
zoomed
really.
out
For
more.
the first time in many decades, the assassins have a strong presence here. It wasn't always that way. Under the Byzantine Emperor, the assassins were hunted down and killed on the spot.
And see, they're giving me all kinds of tutorials on pickpocketing, why I would want to pickpocket somebody. I don't know, but here, we'll do it. There you go. There might be some Uplay achievements.
We're almost there.
But apparently I also got caught. And so now everybody is doing your standard yelling at you and walking slowly back away from you while looking at you. And that's all that ever evolved into, as far as I know. We do have the faster ways up. So less of this game is going to be built around the need to slowly climb up buildings. But that's about all. She's trying to punch me. 100% sync. I'll just ignore her.
Mentor, say hello to your extended family.
You'd hope that all of the assassins
It is an
would
honor
be
to find
dressed
such fast friends
like
so far from
really
home.
differently with really different
You see,
styles
brothers,
of weapons.
Our mentor is not afraid to weep
But they
openly
really
in front
aren't.
of pupils.
Do not worry. I will not make a habit out of it.
Ezio and I were ambushed on the way here. I'd like some of you to do a sweep of the area. Hey, man!
They all still have the belts, they all still have the hoods.
And you, Ezio.
They all have
Your
crossbows.
weapons and armor are in a pitiful state. Maybe maybe find some money and repair what you can. There is a blacksmith nearby. He's a friend.
Buona idea.
And he doesn't even lend you some money. So the story is going to move us forward in some pretty strict ways. Here is our new Assassin's Guild. It looks 100% similar to the Assassin's Guild of the previous game because they were developed at the same time, and I'm sure there's some similar things. Here we've got a lady assassin and a flickering, glitching rug. Here you can get a general idea of how many outfits, pieces of armor there will be. No ability to inhale the incense or smoke the hookah.
Peace be on you, mentor.
Lots of Persian rugs and things like that. Here's a fast travel crypt entrance, just like in Brotherhood. In a lot of ways, it kind of makes no sense that this isn't just the same as Brotherhood, like the same location, since it's so similar. Apparently there will be something to do with books, maybe, but you can't actually climb these ladders. Like, there'll probably be a few special books that we need to collect in the main story, since that's what we've already found. There probably is a mistake in not making this a continued family affair. Ezio's family, his mother, his sister, so far have been, let's see, plum ingredients to scatter around, hold B to loot his contents. So I can loot this chest. And what is this? Apparently something I can't interact with yet. Yeah, if his mother came back, if his brother came back, like, wait, no, his brother died. Both of his brothers were killed, and his father, so they couldn't come back. They could be mentioned, certainly, but the mother and sister are still around. His friends are still around. There were important people, and I'm not just talking Leonardo da Vinci, who has shown up over the course of a couple of games. There are other characters that could have been traveling with him. Systematic events might occur as you walk around the city. Cities in need of help may reward you for your assistance. Earn enough money to buy armor. And let's see, I want to hit start right now, and when you hit start here, you've got more options and a HUD option. Unfortunately, nothing here says anything about it doesn't tell you anything about Uplay, but you can see what the achievements for Uplay will be, and it's not built into Steam, so what do I care? Now is, I suppose, a good time to look at the inventory. So we have no armor, we have the hidden blade, and we have this sword, which I believe these probably are default weapons. We have throwing knives, poison, bullets, medicine, and parachutes, and there's one thing to unlock. So everything you had at the end of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, if you played Brotherhood all the way through, is what you start with here, which is to say that even if you didn't play the previous game, Brotherhood, at all, you would still have all of these things. There's 10 memoir pages and 100 fragments in the entire game, so this is not going to be that long. We have a Turkish assassin outfit that we can equip. doing so would cause you to lose any unsaved progress. We have Altair's robe. And we have the armor of Bruters. So this, I believe, was Assassin's Creed 2's best piece of armor. This was the best piece of armor in Brotherhood. And I believe this might have been purchased with Uplay points or part of DLC. Ingredients. We have 4 fused shells and an impact shell. We have 3 Arabic gunpowder and 3 Indian gunpowder. But we'll have to wait until they tell us how to actually use these things, because right now it seems like we can't really do anything with it. Map-wise, I suppose our first goal would be to go to a viewpoint and work our way this way. We have a pretty small section of gameplay. There's a city here, the water, and then several other sections. And the time may move forward in between each of these. Zooming out further doesn't allow for anything. Let's see. And database. We could look at the number of locations, and there's a decent number of places, but I'm not sure if what we'll find there, if anything. There's only one in Mycf and one in Capcadia, so you're gonna stay in most of this area. Bomb codex, all kinds of bombs. Alright, so we have a little bit of an idea of what we're doing now. And as it is typical of a Assassin's Creed game, you end up higher than you should be. Like, you end up walking on the roof when you don't need to. How much money do they want? To repair it with all the armor. We have one piece of armor we can... So I guess I need to buy armor? Alright. No armor requires repair, so... I guess maybe that was what we were supposed to do. 100% safe. This just doesn't feel like it's going to be like the previous games where you are constantly finding chests all over the place.
Praise the heavens.
Which is good, because the previous
we
games
had
were
lost our
flooded
mentor
with
to the
too many
vices of the big city.
I am content with my own vices, grazie.
This really is
So,
why
what's
when
on
they
your
came
mind,
out with an Ezio
Tell me more
remaster
about the
collection,
Templars.
which
You
never
call
really
them
came to
Byzantines.
PC.
The Byzantine Empire was overthrown 60 years ago.
They should have merged
These
the
men
games
are
into a
remnants of
shorter
man loyal to the
experience,
cause of the last
more
emperor,
around the story, less
Constantinople.
around the
Who leads them
busy
now,
work.
however? I cannot say.
Capisco. I suppose it is up to me to find out.
Ezio, where is your hook blade?
My hook blade.
You've never seen one? I grew up using these.
So they immediately give you a way to climb further.
Show me
and
how
higher.
it works.
So the hook blade, which I thought you got in the last game, honestly, makes the climbing even more trivial than what it was before. It allows sections of the map to be to be transversed in
Think of the hook blade
broken
as
up.
an extension of yourself, Ezio.
But where this would have been a completely impossible jump in previous games, now it's an easy jump. And you would have thought that you would have gotten this halfway through this game. But this kind of is just the second half of Brotherhood, so let's see. There's one animus fragment, intentionally placed in the middle of a place you'd see it.
You think I cannot make this one? Didn't break a sweat.
So if we hit the hook blade, now the lamp jump is a forward momentum jump instead of a 90-degree jump, which that certainly is a progressive way to like improve the flow. And see, that's why I increased the sensitivity on this, on the controls, is because now it feels kind of right. It may be a little tight. Like, if somebody was going to argue to me to turn it down one digit from a 7 to a 6, I'd probably be alright with that. But I'm also not super picky about controller sensitivity.
Watch and learn, Ezio. We
Only
call
when
this
it's
a hook and run.
When it's really, really off.
Sprint at your opponent, and just as you reach him, use the hook blade to slip by.
Like, I have no idea why the hook blade would have worked to do that, but whatever. Alright, perform the hook blade. Let's see. This poor girl, they just picked a random person and let's see, run towards an assassin and hold B. And there we go. And the assassins are just practicing and training in the open air. Nobody cares. Here's your problem with the limited number of character models is I just saw 5 women with the exact same cloak on. And particularly now that the women are going to be mostly clothed, you've run into a major issue of
the standard Ottoman hook blade has 2 parts, you see. The hook and the blade. So you can use one or the other. An elegant design. How about the bigger challenge?
So,
va bene, let's go.
What's funny here is I believe this is one of the biggest buildings in this map, and we're climbing it right at the beginning. And because we're getting the hook blade, you're not going to have a secondary hidden blade, I think. Instead, you're going for something different. Let's see, that's a screw up that will probably haunt me.
Having fun?
So the trick is to jump with the A button, B with that, and then...
That's right! Let the hook blade do the work!
These are all distances that normally you would not be able to get. This is a little bit further than what you would normally get.
İşte böyle. Throw yourself into it!
Sometimes you have to get footing still. Be careful not to knock yourself downwards because the drop down button is also B, so only full synchronization failed, but I could care less. We're just not going to get all of those.
Welcome to
lots
Constantinople.
and lots of cutscenes.
The crossroads of the
It's
world.
been very, very slow
Many
to start.
generations of men have ruled the city, but they have never subdued her. She always bounces back.
And unlike
It seems a fine place to call home.
unlike Assassin's Creed 2 or Brotherhood,
Race you to the bottom.
there's no big, like, terrible. Let's see. You have to use left stick to synchronize. There's like no big attack on you or your household. There's no tragedy you're trying to avenge. There's no new enemy that is made superiorly clear.
I'm impressed, Yusuf. My brothers in Roma would like this.
Just give credit where it is due.
Yusuf, çabuk buraya gel.
Huh?
An attack on two fronts, Galata and the Grand Bazaar.
Every day, the same bad news. How is your appetite for swordplay?
I do what I must.
Good man.
It's also worth mentioning they just had us use the left stick to synchronize. Boy, does it not want me to control the character until about a second and a half after. Let's see.
When he tires of running, an assassin must take to the air.
So you used to hit Y to synchronize. You used to hit B for the gentle push. You still hit B for the gentle push, by the way. You used to hit A to jump. You still hit that. But the idea that these buttons are built around what was called the puppet system, where the B button was your left hand and the X button was your right. Well, the X button was your left hand and the B button was your right hand. It has been subtly ignored, and you won't see puppet system mentioned ever again. It was.
Watch this.
It was from the first game, and then reinforced in Assassin's Creed 2 in the first cutscene where specific buttons.
Assassin! Help!
Alright. So, we want to assassinate this guy. And getting 15 gold, I'm not sure is worth your time. Although it might be. We're just collecting all of these rather quickly. Like, we're not gonna spend a lot of time here.
Time to part company. I'll head to the bazaar. You stay here. Do you see that tower?
See.
Which I'd be fine with if this was really just gonna be a
I can't be in two places at once.
10-hour game.
With you here,
in
I don't have to be.
Actually, though, the Assassin's Creed series doesn't play well as a 10-hour game. It only makes sense when it is the buffet style of gameplay that we're used to. Much in the same way that I don't like to eat at buffet restaurants. That's kind of what this game is. I keep trying to mark this. Is it marked? There. I'm having trouble even telling if I'm setting the marker or not. Because it's just a black border around there. Around the symbol. There's a guy we could kill. Maybe you don't actually need the... Maybe you don't actually need to hit B when you jump up towards the zip line. So, this is a regular jump. This is a B jump. Can you tell the difference? Because I really couldn't. For the most part, the controls are still the same. I imagine maybe Unity, the controls will change a little bit, but not that much. They're pretty standard ideas. A to jump makes sense. X to punch makes sense. So, I suppose it is just the easiest to do this. Do that and then I climb back up.
Has he lost his mind?
The thing I would do is I would want the hook jump to be A again. So you press A, then you press A a second time for a double jump. That would make more sense. Press B to talk. I'm looking for a prompt in the top right, and it's over on the left.
An attack in this city demands his attention. What is our situation?
We beat back the Vanguard.
See, they've just given them masks, so they don't even have to animate the characters' faces.
They are now.
That's really, really pathetic. Of course, this isn't the worst Assassin's Creed game by far. There's still Unity, a game that just did not run. And eventually, before Origin, they realized that they were stretching themselves too thin. Defend the gate. Basic control. Move the cursor. Defend locked rooftop. Defending units can be placed on rooftops. So, place a leader by moving your cursor to a locked rooftop and pressing A. So we've got this kind of defense minigame going on here.
Make your stand there.
And
secure that point.
I'm using moral to crossbows. Tap to add a defender, press right bump to bring up your crossbow men.
Hold that point for me.
And we'll put some crossbow
I need you to hold that point. Defend
here,
that area.
And here. I only have 2 more. So how much do these cost? 10?
Make your stand there.
Barricade. Select and place the barricade. And increase the barricade. I think that's all I can do. Well, actually, I guess I can make more barricades. So, this minigame does not need to be in an Assassin's Creed series. I would much prefer that they make a side game if they were going to do something like this. I know in Brotherhood we had a side minigame in which we were trying to have a quest system where you would send off your assassins, you know, to
I need you to hold that point.
Unlock another rooftop. Press right bump. Right. Do I need another rooftop unlocked?
Hold that point for me.
I don't think there are any more rooftops to. Rifleman.
Secure that point.
I'll put these riflemen high and low. Hey, there's really no reason for this to be in here. This is wasting people's time. It's just adding more gameplay for no reason. I guess the fact is you just couldn't come out and say that the next Assassin's Creed game was going to be shorter than Brotherhood and have less content. And they just, Ubisoft has been under pressure from being potentially hostilely taken over for so long that it, I don't know, like, I guess they just needed money to constantly come in and they needed to have a good stock valuation at all times. Move your cursor over the Templar group and hold left button to fire a cannon. Ah. Like half of them are running away. And I guess I have to wait for my cannon shot up there to refill. Let's see.
Defend that area. Make your stand there. Make your stand there.
I'm just
filling
up as many of these as possible. And I don't think I have any more room. Well, maybe I just don't have any more morale. I guess maybe my cannon shot's not quite ready. Oh, and also I can be looting people. I didn't realize that. So as the bodies have been falling, I could have been looting them. Interesting. Let's see, upgrade the barricade. And compared to the first cutscene where you had to target, in the previous game where you had to target what was it? You had to target things with a cannon. This is way worse. And that was pretty bad, to be fair. Like, I had to struggle on multiple occasions to take out enemy war machines with a cannon, and yet this is longer, less interesting, and just ridiculous. So Assassin's called 36, sync percentage not applicable. Assassin's lost, cannon shots fired 6, Din's remaining health 15 or 50%, morale remaining 6, 0% duration 6 minutes, and somehow that all adds up to 74% sync. So like, if there is some achievement for getting 100% sync, you would have to familiarize yourself with doing these sections over and over again, and that does not interest me at all. I don't remember doing these that much, however. On the other hand, in Brotherhood,
if the Templars regroup,
we had
I will be with Yusuf at the Grand Bazaar then. Take a ferry across
Templar
it's the fastest way to the peninsula.
Bases, where there was a captain at the Templar base, and you had to assassinate the captain, and then climb to the tower and burn the Templar flags. That would be nice if we run into more of those, but I'm not sure we do. There's a bank, and there's all kinds of things, and they want me to run to this. So let's start with this. Just fall down and not die, hopefully. Let's see, revenue deposited. There's 1,000 in the bank. We don't have enough money to purchase this. And I don't think we'll have enough money to purchase it either. So there's only 2 blacksmiths in this whole area, and there's gonna be so little gameplay. My notoriety went up. We'll see if there are any signs or posters for me to tear down. I see little yellow dots all over the place, but I'm not sure what they are. Whether they are things I can tear down or hiding spots. They could be any number of things. And here's the problem with the map. It's been very consistently a problem. Let's see, I would need 900 to unlock the bank. And so I've probably messed myself up as far as being able to unlock the bank to get the money out. So I'd have to go all the way to this bank to get the money out. And empty faction building, again, not money I can spend until I have it. And gently walking through an area and robbing people is not going to solve it. It's not going to give me enough 900 gold. Let's see. So, inventory wise, we really don't have anything new. DNA wise, can we start to look at where we are? We have additional memories, which tells me in Constantinople there's 23 viewpoints and there's 100 data fragments, and it even tells you what sections they're in. And there's only 4 pieces of the memoir pages, and there's 106 treasures, but only 12 of which are in Constantine. Wait, there's a city called Constantinople, and then there's Constantine north and south, so those are different areas. And then hidden locations, we know now that there are 5 of those. It seems like it seems very dark, and I don't know if that's accurate or not. And according to the game, we are 10% done. That seems really crazy. Well, it's been another hour. Slow start. We're starting to actually play Assassin's Creed now. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. If you like what I'm doing and want to support me, gift me a game on Steam. That helps more than watching ads. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.